All right, so going over the Mountain Off-Road Enterprises is always given extremely good instructions. I'm not going to read these through. The instructions are online. You can go over it. We'll switch over to the inner page, kind of give you a quick rundown of the install, just taking off the old skids that the factory puts on and putting these in its place. I want to kind of give you an overview of the actual skid plan, what it looks like, your pieces. And then we've got our transfer case skid. So let's slide up underneath and get it. All right, welcome up underneath. As you see, we are removing this bolt right here. We're gonna remove this center one back here, and we are removing this one over here. Now for the transfer case skid, we're gonna also remove these two bolts for that skid to go up on this back area. All right, so we are over on the passenger side. This facing where my finger is pointing is the back of the vehicle. That's towards the front. You're gonna take this part right here, we're gonna slide it up and just align it into those two holes like that. And then we are going to take this part here, and using that side, we're gonna get it on with the two nuts and bolts kit, or the bolts there. The nuts are already pre-done inside of that. All right. This one was a little hard to get while filming, but this is the front of the Jeep this direction. This is the rear of the Jeep on the driver's side. This is going to go around the frame. There's already a hole here that the bolt and nut go through. And I'm trying to avoid that shadow cast, but it's going to come down, hang there. This one, I will warn you, it sucks. It really does. But you'll get it. It just takes a little bit of time finessing. So we've got both these hanging loosely. And now we're going to bring the pan up and bolt it in and put it in place. All right, as you can see, I've got it hanging. What I've done is just put one of the bolts with the square nut on it, and it's going to come through from the inside. And we're going to lift it up and put it in place. So I'm doing this with one hand. Put your washer and your bolt or nut on. Now we'll want to tighten these down before going back and tightening these upper bolts and everything. And if you come to the back, you can see I've got one of these in right now. The second one is not, because this plate is going to slide up on the underside of it, and then we'll put all three of those bolts in. All right, if you've made along with me this far, I was doing this by myself, so it was a little hard to get this up, but the rear two, I was able to get this first one just kind of lined up real quick, pulled it up because these two are going to match in with this panel. So I'm going to let this kind of hold the weight. Got my rear two in to help support that weight. And we're going to come back in. This little tab, there were two of them above this. I don't know if we can see them in there or not. They are back there. But this one is going to go above this one. And then this is going to slide in here. We're going to put those two in. I'll come back, pull this one out, and then add in the part right there. All right, so this is the total install. Sorry about the light there, but we've got that all the way across, got everything tightened down. Kind of show you guys that clearance of it. Like I said, I have been using this. We've had it on our JT that we off-road quite a bit, and we're just adding up some of that protection on this. Nice, solid, good material. M.O.R.E product, if you've never heard of it. They're an awesome company. I've ran them for a few years, never had any issues. The inside, you can get the access to your drain plug right here for your oil change. And if you didn't see earlier, there's a little tiny, so we get the light up in there. There's a little tiny block, so when you do your oil change, it hits this and it actually comes out and down right here instead of just flowing down the rest of the pan. So that makes it a way to do it. You've also got your oil filter up here. So when that does come down, it might spill a little bit, but right here on this inner side is that same lip that's going to grab any oil that drips into it and bring it out right here for you. So overall install, make sure you tighten everything up and you should be good to go.